Yeah. Okay. Say something again? Oh, dang it. Everything must be adjusted. Where is it? All right. I think I should good now. Say something one more time.
Hello.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. Um, I mean, outside of what we talked earlier that a lot of like finance jobs are starting to look for all these technical guys. Um,
they
like
always happen.
it's a progression, right? It keeps going, like we keep getting new tools. But I almost feel like think of like Microsoft's 30% AI code base now. That's what they
Yeah,
state,
it's
right?
terrible.
How much more, how many issues have we had so far has like with the latest updates that has to deal with potentially AI leading the way, or not even just that, because you still need people behind it. What they would do, as a company does, is fire the top salary, someone that stayed there for a long time. They want to save money. They'll fire the top salary because they feel like this AI can do everything. And then they'll just get a couple of mediocre 3, 4 year people to look over the code and try and fix it if something goes wrong. Versus like a 20-year-old, the 20, like the further than just tenure. You've got, I think someone with like 15, 20 years that worked at Microsoft got fired. The one that can actually effectively code, not just write a bunch of stuff down. And they're getting fired, and now we're left with garbage updates. That's why I haven't updated to Windows 11. Have you?
Yeah, it's a lot, like 10 years ago. I
Yeah, I
think it's
mean,
been that long, man.
that's true. How has it been lately for you?
It's been fun.
That's been all right. But you also have
Yeah.
like how much RAM, how much hardware can back
Oh,
up
wow.
that
Yeah, like, I got, yeah, my hardware's good.
64,
Yeah, I think it's 60.
67?
No.
All my students are constantly. I have to keep them entertained by doing the 6, 7. Make a math problem that ends up in 6, 7. They'll be like, and I'm like, yep, that's the answer. Whatever I can do to keep your attention. Um, but yeah, so okay, silver, the inflation statistics. So there's the website shadowstats.com. They state, I mean the freaking it's off the charts in some cases. We're supposed to be around 4% inflation right now. Around 2020, we were about 8%. Technicalities with
Yeah.
the
COVID is
differences.
so bland. COVID
Yeah.
really wrecked things. So,
Oh, for sure. COVID almost got us to 10%, 9.5 or so. But this is the CPI, and the CPI is again adjusted. I want to take a look at how the CPI, because there's a 1990 alternative, how we actually judged it based on 1990. Measure how did the 1990 inflation measure change after CPI was accepted as standard? What is the difference? Okay. Inflation Bureau statistics covering about 80-90% of the population. The 1990 CPI-U, all urban consumers, 80 to 90% primary public reference. He changes geometric mean formula for lower level aggregation. Geometric mean. Don't we try to do more like derivative based calculus when it comes to stuff? Geometric is super like linear based. Like if you think of like geometric series, one of the basic series when you're learning patterns and numerical patterns. So it seems like we downgraded the complexity of the analysis. More frequent updates to expenditures weights every 10 to every 2 years. Other 1990 refinement, better quality adjustment, they're saying. Like faster computers at same similar prices, accounting for improvement. Shift away from fixed basket towards more dynamic adjustment. Housing switched from home purchase mortgage costs to owner equivalent rent. It just seems. Uh, are there any items that were omitted from the CPI from when the 1990 standard was used? I feel like there were some items that were omitted that were like the most commonly done items, used items, the things that make stuff working. Okay, so no, no particular. Individual specific, wholesale omission, nothing. Discontinued CPI series. Incorporates more substitutions. Quality adjustment amidst full cost. Anyway, regardless of that, okay, so there's some adjustments to the mathematical analysis of this. Rather specifically, 2020 was about 9.5% based on CPI. If we were using the old 1990 alternative based version, it would be like 11.5, 12%, probably 11.5 inflation. Today, it's supposed to be 4 based on CPI, but it's actually 8, like double. It's a weird adjustment. And yeah, you can see it diverge from 1983, where the CPI was actually lower all the time versus the general consumer inflation from the 1980s based CPI was continuously going upward. So there's like a upward trend on the old method, and but there's like a downward trend on the new method. So it's like completely oddly inverted. But anyway, I think this is really the thing that's pushing silver to
Yeah.
hit 103. I mean, it's a combination. It's China messing around with the system because there definitely is an economic war. Gold, silver, uh, commodities in general, mining. I did invest in a bunch of miners, specifically HYMC, USAS, probably for the foreseeable future, because I don't know when this is gonna potentially calm down. Anyone that is the source for silver, copper mining companies, that's been my general direction lately. Probably since silver was around 50 when I started. Yeah, that's insane. You see on the daily. The batteries require silver.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Transistors too, but I think that silver corrodes much easier. So gold is used normally in transistors and any sort of technical electronics. Hmm. Man, I forgot where I was going with all this. I was gonna go into a whole thing about it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Are you investing in stuff?
Investing in myself.
That's fair. Working out, getting them reps in. What you focused on now?
I'm just going through some practice problems.
Like an online?
Yeah, we'll see. Like I've done that so many times, like that. Like you get back to some of these questions, you're like, I don't solve this every day. I'm not doing things like this every day at my level anymore.
Yeah, you're doing the upkeep on the system, so the upkeep shouldn't have to do like with crazy
No,
sorting algorithms and crap like that.
yeah, but that's how a lot of interviews are. It's like they're asking you these questions where like, hey, this was like years ago, and obviously honestly shouldn't like know this from the top of my head. Can I figure it out? Yeah, but not in your 10-minute time frame where
Yeah.
you need to pass an interview.
The interviews are always over exaggerated, I feel like, even though they don't
Yeah,
technically expect you to actually do the things that they're asking you questions about.
yeah, not a chance. But the game.
Two 8 GB sticks, 2024, were $50. Today, guess how much they are? DDR5,
Or 350.
150. Not too shabby for those, but they're kind of small. Combiner, combined. DDR4, this is actually DDR4. Why is the difference here? Oh, 3200 versus 3600. 30, the faster they are, the higher. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. And then you've got DDR4 3216 gig. They were about 70, $80. Now they're 270. That's insane. The jump. I My ultimate conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat on. All right.
Mm.
AI is not going to work. It's going to work for 10, 15% of the jobs out there. It's going to work for the things we did already have, customer support, having like a robot capable speaker, not pre-programmed linearly based on the question, but can actually have a conversation on the phone. You want to cancel an account, boom, it can cancel an account. You want to do this, boom, it can do this. You want to change your plan, boom, you can change your plan. But when I'm looking at like these guys in McDonald's that they're pissed off at AI and they're ordering 1,000 cups of water, and that's the escape hatch. As soon as they order 1,000 cups of water, the AI is like, what else would you like?" And then all of a sudden, someone comes in, and is like, "Okay, okay, is there a problem, sir?" It's like, "Oh no, I just want a double cheeseburger." They're using this sort of trick to trick the AI to basically hand it over to an actual person. 1,000 bottles of water, 1,000 burgers, something that's absolutely out of the logical conclusion. But you'd imagine an AI would be smart enough to figure that out if it had logical uh, capabilities. The problem, it's still linear. It's linear based on the training. It's an encyclopedia that can talk to you, basically.
Mhm.
Uh, in fact, I took one of my local AIs, it's a super small model. Like, I mean, technically, it's supposed to be like 5 gigs in memory. It's like a 7B model. And I asked it to like list off the Harry Potter books chronologically. DeepSeek couldn't do that, but that was a much smaller model. It did some weird Chinese stuff to it. Obviously, DeepSeek is like fucking weird. I don't use DeepSeek that much, but it's interesting to see the reasoning for it. Um, but the Mistral, is it Mistral? Is it Mistral? I don't know, something French. It's a model from the French. That's actually pretty good. It was able to give me chronological order. The presidents, the first 10, which was accurate. Life and death I didn't check on. And then the Harry Potter titles in the correct order. And then I said, how far can I go with this? And I started asking it, hey, can you give me the first paragraph of the Harry Potter book? And it started giving me the first paragraph. Probably not word for word. I don't have my book to check it, but as far as I remember, it's basically what it started as. So it has all the knowledge that it was trained on, however vaguely um, collaborated with these vectors. And it's almost like taking an image that would be a photographic raw image that's like 100 megabytes. Photograph, something of like a scenery or whatever, and then you vectorize it into equations. And now that image is like less than a megabyte. And then the vector is just a bunch of equations that represents the image versus the image is just actual PNG pixels, right? That's kind of what we did to the internet. We trained these models, we put them into this, take everything you're learning and put it into a vector, the same as like a SVG vector for images. And now we can recall that data, give or take, accurately or unaccurately. The reasoning aspect of it though is pretty decent. Like when I'm giving it certain functions, like I can actually literally give my AI, hey, you have a search internet function, you have a search uh a Google search function, and then I ask it, hey, can you tell me what the current weather is in Europe? And it'll deduct, hey, I need to plan this out. I need to look for the weather in Europe. It didn't specify any particular location. So I'm gonna search Google and get some places. And then it goes through Google. The issue is always captchas and all this anti-bot stuff online, so it's always trying to pass around those. It goes online, gets like the first page of Google, parses the HTML, removes all the non-body stuff, looks at the results, and then says, "Okay, I see that Germany is here, France, you whatever other countries." And it'll pick up information from the main page, but then it'll say, "Hey, I don't have enough information." This is all like prompted. Get enough information so that you can return the user with decent data. And it doesn't get enough info from the search because it's always just like super thumbnail-y, super not very detailed. And then it goes into the other function, the fetch website function. It finds where those websites are coming from on the search, says, oh, this information came from weather.com, this information came from this other website. And then it'll use that function I created for it, call it using Python, or not call it using Python. It would respond with a specific format that I gave it. If you need to use a function, state action, colon, function, and then data, colon, JSON configured file of what you're searching for. And the JSON file, the JSON format gets passed into um, the I'm gonna say attributes, but that's a class thing. Through the function input, and an if else statement basically catches which function it wants to use based on the string it returns from the AI model.
Mhm.
And then it pulls the website, gives it to the AI, it looks through it, takes all the information, and returns it. Give or take, with my small models, it's like a 30-40% success rate, if even, on a good day. But I'm using like less than 8 gigabytes of v- virtual RAM. But that's what it should be about. That's really the tools we should be creating is giving the AI the tools necessary to do current research. And it does a pretty decent job even on a small computer. But depending on like ChatGPT or Grok or whatever to be like the all-knowing hand of the world, you ask it something it's supposed to know, all that jazz. I think it's a little bit extreme. Um, Way too many discrepancies. And the problem was too in the beginning, this motherfucking AI kept fucking with me. It's like, oh yeah, the temperature is this, and I'm like, no, it's not. That's summer temperatures. So then I added in, find the when you answer, tell me the date that you answered with. And until I prompted it to actually look online, it was giving me last training data from like 2023. And I'm like, fuck you, this is 2026 or 2025. And it didn't tell me this unless I asked it. So it pretended it was current. So I was like, why is this weather not matching with what it is today? Like that was super weird. Um, it fucks with you a lot because it thinks it's correct. It doesn't have any
Yeah, it can be
checks.
a total waste of time.
It can. It
Sometimes
was.
too.
Yeah, it kind of taught me how to really formulate a history so I can keep it updated on its progress without overbearing it with tokens. Um, Managing important tokens. That's the next step is to filter out certain tokens that are dynamically of interest related to what it's doing,
Mhm.
and then put it in a more organized JSON file. It's basically data organization, so I can totally see why companies are looking for like these sort of quants and Python and SQL and data organization professionals. It's fun. Kind of waste of time because yeah, of course I can just fucking Google it myself, you know. But um, And there's a lot of tools that already exist that have this. I use Docker now. I didn't think I would do that, but I'm doing it. Do
I
you use
just use
Docker?
Docker to deploy to, yeah, to Azure web app
Okay,
containers and stuff like that.
okay, okay.
And also the behind the scenes in .NET Aspire for local development stuff. But um, yeah, Docker's weird.
Hmm. Docker is pretty interesting. I set up a local search engine, uh, Seer XNG, and
Hmm.
then Perplexica was it? Let me check what it was called. Oh, it's already loaded. Let me see it. Yeah, Perplexica. And Perplexica is like a local version of like your typical. I mean, what was the other one? I forgot what the other one is. The official one, something with Perplexy or Perplex something. It's another product somewhere out there, but it's basically like your typical AI interface. Ask it something and it has access to the internet, everything directly. Uh, wait, maybe that's the issue.
I'm not very tired. Then okay, let me see my day. I'm a nap. I am then going to get back onto studying a little bit. Probably work out and study a little bit more. Then take this assessment, get it out of the way. Okay, that's my day.
So, studying now? You working it?
Yeah, I studied a little bit here, just reviewing some of the topics.
Let me see.
Uh,
Share some topics.
let's see. It's just the leak code stuff. That's pretty much what I'm going to go through, or already went through a little bit here. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. They can always give me a question that like I'm just stumped on, and there goes the interview. Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking pass out. Yeah, we went to Animal Kingdom yesterday, so that was a lot of my time
Ah,
there.
gotcha.
And my workouts really caught up. I did go over my diet yesterday, but I'll be back at it today.
I mean,
Or maybe
occasion like that, it's not a problem. Once in a while.
exactly. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I still pick good choices. Oh, there was this amazing arepa at the Animal Kingdom. I'd go back just for that.
For
That
what
was
is it?
delicious. Arepa. You should Google it. It was just good. I think it's Colombian, um,
How you spell?
but it's like Arepa.
Ah, repa.
Uh, Arepa.
Ah, repa. Gluten-free South American corn cakes. Oh, true, true. Disney
Very good.
arepas. What's that about?
We were.
Oh,
Mine was pork. Really good. With
nom.
plantains. Really good.
Oof, I love plantains, dude. They need to be like more standard. Some fried plantains. Oh, hell yeah. So you had a heavy grease diet yesterday, and today you're feeling the pain. That's what you're telling
No,
me.
the arepa was not greasy at all. No, that
Oh
was
no.
not greasy. No way.
Oh, cause okay, the plantains. How would they cook?
No, so the plantains are chips. They're not like the full like they're not Brazilian plantains. Those are usually the ones that are like they're bananas and they're fried and stuff.
Oh, okay. What are
They're
these?
just plantain chip plantains.
What are baked?
Yeah, yeah.
They're baked. Okay. Because that's the only way I know you can make plantains. I mean, I guess you can definitely uh oven bake them. Not the same though. Oh, what was this written? 2009 gold prices, ores. Oh, right. So my tinfoil hat thing. AI is not going to work. All those data centers that are being built and all the hardware that they're taking off the market to build them, they're going to be converted to servers, cloud computing for renting people computing power.
Mhm.
That's it. That's it. That's the best way they can make money is make everything expensive. You as a regular person can't build a computer anymore because it costs 3 times as much. But hey, 30, $40 a month and you can get a basic 3070 or 3050 or whatever, and you can
And
play
control
majority of
the
games.
supply chain.
Huh?
All right. I said, yeah, they control the supply chain.
Right. Right. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
my
gonna
output.
maybe back on later, but I'm gonna definitely be studying and working out here soon.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, do your thing, bro. I'll talk
All
to you
right,
later. Bye.
all right, go, Chuck.